So Jim Jones spoke out on the Camron situation recently. I told people that they were gonna have the wrong idea about this. Most of the time when people agree on things, a large majority, they're usually wrong about stuff, especially initially when they start to talk about a conversation. And Camron, they try to pick sides between Jim Jones and Camron, which, it's the best that you never do in certain situations, especially when you don't know what you're talking about. But Cameron basically was coming out saying that Jim Jones wasn't from Harlem and all kind of other shots he was taking at him, business wise and career wise and everything else. And a lot of people don't know the history between those guys or just the history of hip hop or anything as far as New York Rockefeller. So they can't really put certain things together. So they try to grab certain things like money and who's the most popular guy, who's liked by most people, who's been in the most movies, and they try to use that as a measuring stick. But really, that's never a measuring stick. You know what I'm saying? That's never a measuring stick. That's like trying to say, oh, Eddie Murphy been in more movies than Cat Williams. So why would I believe what Cat Williams say about Hollywood? Eddie Murphy would have been, and nobody ever thinks like that. So they try to bring that mentality to rap, and it never works out. That's why Jim Jones was answering everybody's questions like, when he was on the Joe Budden podcast, like, why y'all asking me about Camron? Like, I'm not the one who made things the way they were. That was my brother regardless. But at a certain point, it seemed like he was my brother. I don't know if we was ever brothers at a certain point. When you say certain things, Jim Jones that came out plenty of times and said, "Hey man, me and Cameron brothers, and basically I had a situation where me and him was, going back and forth. But when we first was really cool, I let him stay over my house. He was sleeping on the couch, and my grandmother had just passed away. He said he ain't never told nobody this before. But that was a reason why he was really clinging on to what Cameron and those guys had going on because he had just lost his grandma. He had nobody else to lean on around that time. And, dudes needed to sleep on the couch for a reason. So, I mean, they benefited Jim just as well. But when he looks back on it, he's like, maybe I was just benefiting other people, instead of me, what I'm saying, getting anything beneficial out of the situation. Maybe I was just benefiting other people. And the way it looks, he was. He gets no credit for the stuff he's done. Bro, out of all the stuff the man's done, he shot the Hey Mom video or Old Boy, whatever which one of those videos, probably both. I know he shot one of the videos. And he was like, yeah, I never got used as a director for Killer Season with Cam. That's weird, bro. Anybody who knows that's weird. One of your favorite Camron videos was shot by Jim Jones, and the man wasn't used on Killer Season. That's weird. That's weird. And when he was used, it was like some weird stuff. It was weird, you know what I'm saying, to be honest with you. The man was put in the background. When he came out with the balling, that's when everything went left. That's when everything went left, man. People don't realize it, but Cam's not a guy who's gonna gravitate towards certain people just because he feels like, oh, well, that's my dog or whatever, and whatever. At the end of the day, he's about that money first. That money gonna come first. Gotta respect it, but that's what it is, though. That's gonna come first. That's always came in the situations with Cam. That's gonna come first. With Jim Jones, I can't really see that coming first. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just now starting to get a little selfish as far as what he's been doing. But like he said, as far as Dipset and all the other stuff they talking about, man, it wouldn't be a Dipset if it went for Jim Jones. He like, I'm the one who been holding up the bird for the last 15 years. Getting no respect for or credit for what I've done. I've been holding the Dipset up for the last 15 years. Ain't nobody else been putting out nothing. I've been the one holding Dipset down. Been out here on reality shows, dropping music, jumping from this record label to this one, doing features with this person, that person, putting out this clothing line, this one, no support. That's a big reason why New York fell off. Because if they would have stood behind Jim Jones, yeah, maybe he could have brought in some more artists and everything. He already had things going on, but they act like, well, it can't go on without Camron. Okay. And look how much music Camron has dropped in the last 10, 15 years. Not much. Like he said, he ain't even thinking about rap like that. He doing a sports podcast. He having more fun doing sports podcasts. Jim Jones like, yeah, I still got love for this music. Oh, you ain't getting no support from that. You ain't even from Harlem. Oh, we on that? Now dudes gotta be from a certain borough. That's why cities like that falling off. And Atlanta and other places are getting like that too. Chicago, oh, you ain't from Overlock, you from this person. There's a lot of major inner cities is getting like that. That's why the music is getting watered down, bro. You gotta be certain criteria to just be a rapper now, which is too much, bro. And people are asking for way too much instead of just good music. Now you gotta go do that other stuff outside of the music. You can't even just focus on the music no more. So I don't feel like, in my eyes, the way dudes are acting certain ways, ain't no way you could be brothers like that. Nah. Cause I got a similar situation like this where I'm like, nah, you're never my brother. You never was, bro. Like, as soon as dudes start benefiting from being around you, or they feel like they learned everything from you, or they know how you move, they feel like they're gonna disrespect you. That's why you don't have nobody around you. You don't show nobody your hand. That's it. I can understand where Jim Jones come from. He just now starting to get the respect he deserves. And you got dudes talking about Tank lost because they came out there with him and stuff like that. And this is your guy that you came in the game with. Now this is your day one guy dragging you after you had one of the biggest nights of your career by yourself, dragging you again. So nah, dudes, in my eyes, he was never friends with bro. Not on the level that Jim Jones was. Nah, can't be. Not to be speaking like this. Yeah, I thought that was over the line. Then I'm like, bruh, Tank reaches out. Now, young guy, Tank Davis, a young guy, 15 years younger than Jim Jones, them, 15, 20 years younger than them, about 2 or 3 generations younger than these guys. He walks Dipset out because he got respect for them. Let me walk them out, even though they got trash in the verses against the Locks. Walks them out. And Jim Jones, because Cam ain't there, Cam trashing on Jim Jones and Jewels. Bro, come on, man. That's why I said I don't know how New York rolls, but any other city, you get your head knocked off like that. Real talk. Any other rapper that was Gucci or somebody, Jesus was like, man, I don't know why Gucci went out there. Gucci, man, when they was beefing, man, please. I'm glad Atlanta don't roll like this, because all that little fake beef these dudes be doing, nah. It's different.